Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about personal finance, putting myself on blast. I'm putting my business out there, and we're going to be talking about how much I spent as a 23-year-old living alone in New York City in 2026. We're reacting to my Q1 spending. How did I do this? How did I get these numbers, you guys? First of all, if you like content like this and you appreciate me putting myself on blast, I'd appreciate a thumbs up, a like, a comment, a subscribe, a question, all of the above, all the engagement. And if you really, really like this video, please hype this video because I'm trying something new and I'm trying to hold myself accountable and I'm trying to be better about my finances, especially with my education background. I really honestly should be better. So we're really going to be getting into it. But baby, go in that, go, y'all bad. Spin that ish. Spin that ish. Spin that ish. Nigga, spin that. All right, baby, I gotta let you go. Bye, baby. I was on the phone with my brother. I guess I can't call him baby anymore. That nigga sound grown, but he a young bull. He like 14. Oh, he just turned 15. So he's still my child. But since I've moved to New York, I feel like my spending has been so hard to get a grasp on. And I know I'm not the only one. And it's so crazy because when I was in college, you guys, first of all, it's crazy because first of all, I studied quantitative economics and data science. I know finance, I know personal finance, but it's like, ever since I became fully autonomous and like working and like paying bills as a young woman, it is so freaking hard to keep my shit in check. And so I'm making this video today because I hope that by putting myself on blast, we can figure it out together. We can go on this journey of like personal finance together. I saw this video that recently started going viral on YouTube, I feel like. It was posted like maybe 5 years ago, or it's like posted a long time ago. And it's this girl talking about regularism. And from my belief, it seems like regularism is like a spin-off of like minimalism. And since watching her videos and like a couple other her videos on her channel, I realized I used to follow her when I was in college, when I was in my frugal era, right? Because I was really prioritizing cash flow. However, in college, at least like how shit was set up for me, like, I had a lot of opportunities in college. So luckily I was being taken care of, whether it's like my family, my school, whatever. But now that I'm an independent adult, when I'm not asking my dad for money, but now that I'm an independent adult, I'm having a hard time. So you're probably wondering, how the heck did I pull these numbers? All I did was I uploaded my bank statements into AI and I had it come up with categories between fixed expenses and unfixed expenses, right? And that's how I came up with these numbers. So let's take a peek. Okay. Before I fully get into this, for those of you guys who don't know me, my name is Mel. I'm a content creator and I also work in big tech as an engineer. I do some work on the side, helping family, helping friends, doing consulting work. For more context, I get paid twice a month from my corporate job and I get paid once a month from YouTube. A lot of the times, money and identity are very closely tied. So I'm just going to give you guys a quick couple of facts about me as a person to maybe like give you guys more context behind like why my spending may look how it looks. I'm the eldest daughter. I'm from a Caribbean family. I am an immigrant, so I do have like immigration expenses that do come up, unfortunately. And I'm a girl, and unfortunately, I like getting my hair and my nails done, which you're probably gonna see. Other than that, I think that covers my basis. Okay, so let's first talk about the categories, and let's talk about my fixed expenses or my non-negotiables. So this is from the months of January, February, March, right, of this year. For housing alone, I spent a little over $8,000 on housing in quarter 1. Utilities, which is my Wi-Fi and my electricity for 3 months, was $700. Wow, that's very surprising. So roughly $8,836 in 3 months just to wake up in my bed every morning. I'm gagged. Okay, some of my variable expenses, which here we're going to talk about food, we're going to talk about travel and my Metro card. We're going to talk about like shopping and entertainment. Roughly in this variable New York City lifestyle, this is what my AI studio is calling it, I spent an aggregate amount of $1,842 on food, dining alone. Okay, next bucket is travel, transportation. So a little background on me. I'm from Boston, but I live in New York. And I also am constantly going up to Boston all the time. So I also did some traveling in this month because I think I did a girls trip with some of my colleagues from work. We did a trip to Puerto Rico. I think that's all I did for this year in terms of traveling. So I spent an aggregate total of $1,788.42 in those 3 months. I spent $340 on the train in 3 months. Wow, that's like $100 a month. That's crazy. I spent $812 on Uber and Lyft. That there's no way. Oh my God, that's not wrong because like when I go out, it's just like a safety thing. $800 in 3 months is still insane though. What the fudge, bruh? How much is that? Hey Siri, what's
812 divided by 3 is approximately 270.66.
yeah. Now you guys might be wondering, like, oh Mel, like, why don't you have roommates? Da, 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 da. I promise you guys, without spilling all the tea and wasting your time, bottom line up front, I have considered getting roommates, and I was supposed to get a roommate when I first moved to New York. Things didn't work out. I ended up moving to a studio. And now at this point in my life, it's just like, I just know the kind of person I am and I know the lifestyle I have. I work in tech, so I spend a lot of time working from home. And so I feel like my home is really important to me personally. So it's like I am willing to spend a little bit of extra money. Now, that doesn't mean I'm being irresponsible. This apartment is rent stabilized technically. Contrary to popular belief, it is rent stabilized. However, doesn't necessarily feel like that. But yeah, okay, cool. So that's my utilities over Q1 were about $700 clean. I spent about $300 a month on Con Edison, which is ridiculous. Ridiculous because it's one, this apartment is so small, and two, I'm only one person and I don't do too much. But from what I can see when I look at my bill, a majority of what I'm paying for from my electricity to my unit. But the amount of electricity I'm actually using is pretty low. So those are some fixed expenses or non-negotiable. Now we're going to be moving into variable expenses. Okay, so starting off strong, you guys. How much do y'all think I spent on my groceries? Keep in mind, I'm someone who likes to do green juices. Like I juice at home, so like I do that. I have a couple of health issues, so it is something that I do prioritize, and I have been trying to figure out ways to make my money go farther. So even though my groceries are expensive, I'm trying to find ways to like make my food a higher quality, more enjoyable, and just like last longer. So according to this aggregate data, I spent a total of $5,000 on my variable expenses or NYC lifestyle. The most humbling category is food. I spent an aggregate total of $1,842 on food. I spent $740, which included shopping at Trader Joe's and shopping at Food Town. Okay, guys. Sorry, I had to move a little bit because my lighting was looking a little dreary. It's thundering right now in New York City, so that's why it looks how it looks. For dining out and delivery, so that includes Uber Eats, Chick-fil-A, Juicy Patty, DoorDash, mind you, all these are pretty cheap, pretty affordable because I don't really want to like go to a sit down restaurant and like spend a bunch of money. So like in my mind, I'm like, okay, like a $20 Chick-fil-A and working at the office, that's not crazy. I've spent $1,100 in 3 months on dining. So how much is that? Hey Siri, how much is
$1,100 divided by 3 is approximately $366.67.
That's kind of a lot. So I'm basically spending about $400 a month eating out, which is kind of a lot. Like it doesn't sound like a lot, but I guess it is a lot. So I probably need to work on that. Okay. Shopping and entertainment. I spent an aggregate total of $1,300 between Amazon and shopping. So like Sephora, Primark, TikTok Shop. And then I had 32 separate transactions on Amazon. Then I spent $692 on Zelle. So I did a payment to one of my homegirls, probably for like our trip that we were traveling on. And then I paid my video editor some money. Oh yeah, because that's probably paying for our Airbnb. Damn, that's like expensive. Traveling is expensive. Oh my God. Biggest lesson I'm learning, like how expensive travel is. Okay. Total net savings. I saved just under $2,000 in 3 months. And my interest on my high yield savings account earned $150. So that's not that high. So my savings account is sitting at a balance that I'm not very happy with, but hopefully we'll get it up. It says I roughly earned about $20,000 this quarter from my salary and my side hustles. However, I only saved, like you guys said, like $2,000 of that, which is kind of crazy in 3 months. It's saying that I spent a lot of money on my cards, including my Amex credit card and my Discover credit card, which is like my first credit card I ever got. Then I spent $1,000 on like shopping and like Amazon, so micro buying. I had 32 plus transactions, which means I'm basically putting in an order on Amazon every 3 days. Why is this AI calling me out so bad? Yeah. So according to chat, it's saying yes, but specifically on lifestyle friction. You aren't buying Ferraris, but you're spending on convenience to make New York City feel less hard. Oh, I guess over here I double paid my rent. So some advice that AI is giving me to chill on my spending is to limit my travels, my Ubers, and my travel budget. Oh no, for Q2. For the whole Q2, like, that's hard. You want me to spend only $800 on Ubers in 3 months? Limit eating out to $500 for 3 months. So that's like I don't know, like 150-ish per month, and then limit my Amazon ordering to $600. I don't know. That's not possible. I'm not gonna be able to spend that little. Okay, you guys, objectively speaking, you're probably wondering like what made me want to do this video, right? Want to hold myself accountable and do better. I think one of the things I've learned at church, and like one of the sermons like that I recently heard in church the other day was like to be a good steward of like the things that God has awarded you. And so like part of that for me is like being a good steward of the fact that I'm able to post videos online and like have an audience that like is interested in my content. The fact that I'm able to work a corporate job, right? And like financially support myself. Like I need to have more, I guess like just be more aware of myself and my spending and making sure that like the spending that I am doing is aligned with like my character and what I overall want. So yeah, the same way like you buy something and you order something on Amazon and it comes to your apartment, should be the same way that you're getting rid of stuff, like, right? We don't want to be hoarders. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Yeah, if you like content like this, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Also hype my video. If this video really landed for you and you learned something that you didn't think you would, or you could relate to anything that I said, please make sure to hype this video as well. And let's start this journey together of being more accountable financially and more fiscally responsible. Okay, bye.